Alright, we're alive. Decided to jump on here for a little bit. Won't be a long stream, but we'll see if anyone joins. Get the stream up here on the computer. Fix the title. Hey Blake, did you get your 400 yet? Oh, nice. I'll be watching out for video on that. Saw your last video where you were plowing. Saw that today. It's been a few days since I went live. Hey, discount. Kind of started this here live at a bad time. Wanted to do it a lot earlier, but oh well. But anyway, wrong language, discount. I didn't want to start it this close to Joey's start time for his live stream, so it probably won't be a long stream. I'm good, discount. How about you? I was running the Mac all day today, and diesel smoke is it got to me. It's like I don't know what you'd call it. It's like somewhat burnt diesel smoke, like bad injectors. It burns the eyes. It's pretty bad. I had to deal with that all day long today. But I'm working on a video for that. I gotta finish it, but that'll be coming up on the channel here. Hopefully, well, this week for sure. Hopefully either tomorrow or Tuesday. Fingers crossed. How's your dad doing, discount? Saw people talking about it. I think I saw you talking about it on the Discord, but I didn't have the time to look at it. spent probably 10 minutes trying to get the GoPro connected to the computer. So that was fun. Stream would have been started earlier, but he's tired. Well, at least he's doing okay. I don't even know when Joey's stream is supposed to begin. Oh, 7:15. Okay, so we got some time. I wonder if TLC would want to join the stream. Yeah. Thanks, discount. So we got some time. Not much, but we got some time. That's why I wanted to start the stream a lot earlier, so we had a little bit more time, but it is what it is. Hopefully I can make it to his stream tonight. Fingers crossed that I make it. At least your house isn't too far away, discount. It makes it nice for going back and forth. You don't have like a 20, 30, 40-minute drive home. I think Blake already left. But yeah, hopefully I can get a video out here. Then, hey Blake. Hopefully I can get a video out here in the next day or two. I gotta finish filming it and then get the editing. That's the part that takes a little longer. But since I only have one camera that I'm editing videos from, it don't take all that long. But it does take a few minutes. This counts. Three hours. That's a decent haul. 3 hours. So like that's a hike. But hopefully it all worked out fine. Hello. However you pronounce your name there with Z's. Sea balls or whatever that is. Not quite sure how that gets pronounced. It's fine. I'll call you Sea Boss. Even though it's Z's, I'll replace them with S's. That's fine. Unless you have another name they'd want me to call you. some names are, well, difficult to pronounce. Or just call you C. Could just call you C if you'd be okay with that. I wanted to do a stream the other night. I never got around to it. Last night we didn't get around to it, but we had company last night, but didn't get around to it. So I figured I'd jump on tonight, even though it wasn't going to be a long stream, and still jump on for a few minutes. Get some hours at least. Hey, Eric. Not much. I just decided to hop on here kind of last minute. Oh, earlier, well, this afternoon I was planning on it, and then it wasn't looking too great, and I figured I wouldn't get to, and then I figured a couple minutes ago that I'd jump on. So here we are. All right. See a discount. Hopefully I'll make it to the garage stream. Fingers crossed. Don't really have anything to talk about. Well, a few things I could talk about, but that would ruin the next video, so you just have to check out the next video for that. We're going for 12 minutes already. Yeah, it's time flies, Eric. So getting a great time to do things is a little difficult, especially when you're busy all day long and then don't know what you're going to be doing in the next 5 minutes. But, oh well. On here for a few minutes, anyhow. Yeah, Blake, I saw your video, the long video that you posted. You plowed pretty decent, but I did see it was pretty wet. I never did any dirt plowing with a lawnmower before. Just a snow plowing with a wheel horse, but that's about it. Actually, I don't think I ever did any dirt plowing before. Come to think of it, either my dad or my brother does it all the time. Usually my brother, or usually my dad. I run the disc behind. So Blake, do you plan on being at Joey's live stream tonight? You were doing pretty good there, Blake. Not bad for your first time. First time for everything. yeah, it's things change, especially when you get new ownership and stuff, different rules and different guys. It's just it sometimes sometimes is just gets different, you know. Sometimes if you're lucky it'll get good, but usually when you get new ownership it usually goes downhill. Like when I was talking to my one of my last live streams, the show that we take the tractors to, that was a great show until it got under new management, new ownership, and it just went downhill. Still like going to it, but we get yelled at. Last year I got yelled at for having a tractor out at night that I didn't know I wasn't allowed to have out at night. So that was fun. Every year it's something new. But that's what happens when something gets put under new management. Brian Miller, thank you. It's been a long time coming. We're on our way to 1 million. Look forward to the 1 million view count. Views have been down lately, but hopefully we can get the views to pick up. I've got yelled at once with the Weir Horse, like, for going too fast. Well, I know the thing don't even go fast enough to be going too fast. It was well within the speed limit, but she still yelled at me. Alright, see you on the next one, Eric. That was one of the last times that I took the Weir Horse, but then I took the Power King. But I don't really run that thing around much there. I take her nice and slow with it anyhow. But I just got yelled at with the 620 last year for having the tractor out at night, which I had no idea that I wasn't supposed to have it out. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens this year's show. That should be interesting. Well, Blake, at shows like that, there's a lot of people. You go too fast and they walk out in front of you and you ain't gonna get stopped. So yeah, you can go too fast at shows like that. But I get what you're getting at, Blake. But I've seen so many people there on garden tractors that were going about 3 times faster than what I was going, and I leave them go. But it's the ones that, like me, that won't do anything wrong that get yelled at. That's one thing I'm not a fan of at that show. You get yelled at for the littlest things. And all the years that we went there, you'd think that they'd know that we're not the kind of people there to cause issues. But every year, it's something new with them. But But when I take the 620 there, I just put it around, quite literally. I think I go like maybe third or fourth gear. Fourth gear is getting low fast. So probably second, third gears would I run it in. Like you're not going slow, but you're not going slow, but you're also not going fast. So got that perfect speed. What do you mean, Blake? Your message didn't show up? What do you mean? I saw it show up. Or is there another one that I didn't see? Let me get back on here. There's not many people. Yeah, it's a different story if there's not a lot of people there. But at that show, there's thousands of people there. So, yeah, there are a lot of people to watch for, especially little kids that just run right out on the road that you don't see until they're underneath you. That that wouldn't be too fun. I finally got yelled at once with going too fast with the wheel horse. It's always just something else. Oh, but don't worry, it will be getting straight piped. I'm keeping the muffler to run in the fields when got the governor working, but taking it to the show, I want to get a chrome straight pipe for it. That'll get her popping. Wouldn't be a bad idea to put some exhaust manifold gaskets on it, you know. Oh, but the thing is, with not having exhaust manifold gaskets, that's the nice thing. Is at night they see just a little bit better because they're a little bit more light with the flames that shoot out between the head, the base of the head, and the exhaust manifold. So that's one nice thing. But it pops a whole heck of a lot better when you got gasket there. Which I do want to get a gasket and put there. Make that thing run a lot better. But that thing would be awesome with a chrome stack on it. Straight pipe it. Oh yeah, perfect. There we go, Blake. Natural lighting. Can't beat it. It's just like a spark show, except sparks might land on the ground, make it a little brighter. Just simple. If you're in the woods, just burn the woods down and make it. It will help it get thicker. Controlled burn. Because there is some sparks that escape from that little gap right there. Yeah, it's usually a gap like that. Cereal boxes work pretty good for gaskets. I did that with the inspection cover on the 620 because the one gasket that I put on it ended up tearing it when I got done. So I just got a cereal box and made it out of a cereal box. It works for the most part. But I used Indian head gasket, like it's a gasket maker or gasket. It's like a glue basically. But I'll tell you what, it gets like rock hard. You need a torch to get the crap off there. So I feel bad for the next person that has to take the inspection cover off. Mainly because it'll probably be me. So that's fine. Just makes it a little harder to work on, you know? But yeah, cereal boxes work pretty good for making gaskets. Been there, done that. Works good in a pinch. It's one of the deals where you use what you have laying around. Going to replace my stator in my 110, accidentally let the internals of the engine see the light of day. That went fine. Uh-oh. That's never good. Would you kick a rod out the block or what? Wow. Joey started his live early. Can't believe it. He's on top of things. I always am at least a minimum of 10 minutes to 15 minutes late. So that's fine. But Joey, he was on top of it. Started it ahead of time. No, John Deere put a plate on the side of the engine. I thought it was a cover. Oh, is it on the Kohler? Is it the cover that's behind the flywheel? It's the well crank bearing cover, crankcase cover, I should call it. Uh-huh. It is. It was that cover. Yeah, it's that wasn't John Deere. That was Kohler that did that. All Kohler engines like that are. Oh yeah, I know exactly what cover you're talking about, Blake. Well, how did the bearings look? Did you inspect the gears and the crank and the rod bearings and stuff while you were in there? That's one way to exit purposely inspect the inside of the engine. Inspection cover, you know? Were they good roller bearings, Blake? The engine looked tired, but honestly looked good when the inside. Well, that's good. It's a Kohler, so the thing that's gonna be about shot are the rings. Guaranteed. Guaranteed if you took the head off, put the top dead center, and you could move the piston side to side. They're known to do that. Trust me. I know. Been there, done that. Well, actually, 3 Kohlers, in case you're wondering. Scratch that. 4 Kohlers. Get back here. I know, right off the top of my head. Right off the top of my head, I know of 4 Kohlers that need rebuilt. Oh, it's a K181. That's the same. That's an 8 horsepower engine. That's what's in the Horse B80. That needs rebuilt. But them cylinders and not exactly sure on the crankshafts, but I know for a fact the cylinders are known to get egg shaped. So you might want to get that checked if you have the tools to check the cylinder bore measuring tool, whatever the scientific name is for. It's special for the bore. But if it's within spec, then yeah, you can just run the ball hand down through it and get crosshatch. But we have to turn it and make sure that it's not out around. Because if it's out around, you're gonna have to get it bored out. Trying to turn the light off for me. But yeah. Anyway, how do we get back on the Kohler topic, Blake? Yeah, Blake, that's one thing with rebuilding an engine. It makes them not original. But if you want to keep the engine around, you have to. And if the cylinder's out around, it's a waste of time putting rings and stuff in it because they ain't gonna seal right. And it's just gonna ruin the rebuild kit, the new piston and rings. It won't be good. So if you're gonna rebuild it, you might wanna get the board checked, and if it needs board, then you might wanna bore it. That's one thing with them Kohlers. Well, maybe with any single cylinder engine, but you can't because you can't get sleeves for them. They're not sleeved engines. If they were sleeved engines, they'd be awesome. But once you rebuild them once, you're done. But don't buy whatever you do. Don't buy a cheap rebuild kit because it ain't gonna last. Get a quality rebuild kit if you want it to last more than 5 minutes of runtime. Blake, that's iffy. wouldn't call them the best, but they're good. They could definitely be better. Get this light here. Will make I can blind myself again on a live stream. I saved tractors. Yeah. Uh, that's actually where I got the rebuild kit for the Cub Cadet 1200 that I had. I had 12 horse in it, but I sold that or traded that for the. I traded. Come on, turn off. Off. I traded the Cub Cadet for the little boy, so I don't know how that rebuild kit's holding up, but I'm sure it's fine. I mean, after all, I rebuilt it. What could possibly go wrong? A little bit of light on the subject here. Yeah, Wisconsin's are good engines. They're great engines. If you can keep the carburetor going good. The S8D 8 horsepower Colt, or the Wisconsin that I have, the engine runs great. That has a 10 over uh, piston in it, but it don't have much runtime at all on the engine in that rebuild kit. But it needs a carburetor. Like, yeah, it really needs a carburetor bad. But when you can get it running, it runs great. But it's getting it running is the hard part. And I ain't joking. Oh dear, Blake. Have you ever thought about putting a cat diesel in a John Deere 430 garden tractor? Uh, that would be interesting. I mean, if you can get 3-cylinder one, or even a 4-cylinder if you want to extend the frame. Huh? Yeah. If you can extend the frame, you can put a 4-cylinder in it. But it's a lot of work. Because then you got the steering components that you have to extend. Or even get they're like about next to impossible to find. But I found one, but a 3-cylinder Cummins diesel. That would be awesome. Or just really extend the frame. Burn 3 clutches, but just put a inline 6 diesel in it. Why not? It'd be interesting. It'd probably be one of the first ones, but it'd be awesome. I wanted to put I really, really wanted to put a F4BT Cummins in the low boy, but yeah, them blocks are just a little too tall to put in there under the hood. You need to, modify a few things to get one of them to fit. Yeah, why not, Blake? do what TLC. No, don't do what TLC wants to do, but be like TLC and put a Detroit in a lawnmower. One like his Craftsman. That would be, yeah, rear end wouldn't hold up to it. But I'd love to put a 4BT Cummins in something. That would get addicting quick. Ooh, get like a international Cub low boy. It's a next version up of the Cub low boy that I have, the 154. You can get the next size one up. It's like similar to a Farmall Cub, but different color. Instead of red, it's yellow and white. Or just get a Cub Cadet with a hydro. Some things hold up to anything. Mainly because it's an international. But that's besides the point. They hold up to anything. Oh yeah, I love the low boy. I left at factory if the engine didn't need rebuilt. And I still have the engine. Engine's not going nowhere. The engine's gonna get rebuilt. But that thing is just awesome with a diesel in it. You wouldn't think taking a factory engine out of something and putting a diesel in it, a smaller diesel in it, would be fun. But once you're done with all the work, it is awesome. Took it up the driveway, looked behind me, it was a black cloud. Kind of why I want to put a turbo on it, because it would definitely help it get out of its own way. It is a lot for the little 3-cylinder to move around, but it can do it. But it wouldn't put a turbo on it. It wouldn't be a big turbo at all. It'd just be a little guy. Well, it's about time for you to become a Cub Cadet guy, Blake. And Cub Cadets can hold up to anything. Well, I should say, to a certain extent. I'm sure you can find something that will kill it, but good luck finding it. There's a good many videos on YouTube where people take a Cub or a Cub Cadet and put like a 3-cylinder Kubota in it. But I'd like to get a 4-cylinder Kubota and put in something. 4-cylinder Kubota, or just go all out and go straight to a 4BT Cummins, which is about 40 to 50 horsepower with a turbo on it from factory. But then you just go Cummins power. Then you wouldn't have to do anything to it other than really beef up the driveline. I'd be scared to put some Cummins power to the rear end on the low boy. That makes some odd noises with the 3-cylinder. I wouldn't want to put a 4-cylinder diesel in it. Unless I really did want to kill the rear end. But I don't really want to kill the rear end. Oh, nice, Blake. We mean if I were to get an IH, you have to get an IH. You can't just stick with John Deere. You have to get red power. You know, that you can use while the John Deeres are being worked on. You got to get IH because you need something that's going to be reliable while the John Deeres are being worked on all the time. Well, unless you get a 2-cylinder John Deere. Then the Internationals and the 2-cylinder, they're all on the same level. Internationals are great, but so are the two cylinders. Oh, nice, Blake. What would be awesome is if you could find the 682 that your grandpa used. That would be awesome. If you had a way to track it down, try and buy it back. Oh, M's are good. But if I were you, I'd get a Super H. Because regular old H's, they're like, they're overrated. Yes, they're great tractors, but everybody has an H. Super H's are a little bit more, no, a little bit more of an odd one. Like, not everybody has a Super H, but everybody has an H. We have an H and a Super H. But don't get me wrong, regular old H's, there is nothing wrong with them. Just everybody and their brother has an H. How in the world do you blow up a hydro in an international? Like, how? I'd like to know what your mom did wrong that she could blow up a hydro, international hydro to be exact. Like, they're bulletproof, pretty much. Ooh, Totemo. Yeah, that's not great for any hydro. I'm gonna look up for a 682. This is somewhere 314 one 16 and my 4-wheeler. Oh yeah, get rid of some John Deere's so you can get an international. But alright, well, I gotta shut the stream down here because we got our card game here that we want to play, so we're just told that that's ready. Turn the light here off that's blinding me. Turn it that way while I turn the power up. You gotta narrow the herd so you can expand it. That's the key, Blake. You can never have too many, but you can run out of storage, you know. Like us. We had to put a whole nother roof up and we're still out of storage. Like the tractor barn where we put all the collectors, that's full to the gills. And we have a F450 dump truck in there. So that's taking up the rest of the room. If that wasn't in there, we could probably get the 60 and the 620 parked in there, but yeah. But anyhow, I gotta shut the stream down. But if any of y'all here watching are gonna be on Joey's live stream, that hoping that I can make it there if it don't get shut down before then. So that's true, Blake. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and shut the stream down here. Thanks for all those who joined. See you on the next one. Peace out.